guys, I'm Blind Chelsea, and today I have a story time for you on when things go very wrong in the kitchen. So let's set the stage. Set the stage first. The other day, I was really sick. I had an upper respiratory infection, and it felt horrible, and I'm pregnant, and disabled, and emotional, and crazy. And I was like, I just need to stay home, Austin. I need to stay home and take care of me, make sure I don't get a fever, and have to go to the hospital, or I don't know, something bad. So he stayed home, was taking really good care of me, and I was starting to feel a little better, and I was really hungry, and I was like, you need to go to the store because the groceries in our house suck. So he went to the neighborhood market, which is really near my house. And so he's only gonna be gone like super short. And I was like, well, I'll just start like the noodles like for lunch. I can do that. I feel good enough to make some noodles. So I got up, I got the pot, filled it with water, turned on the burner. Then I was like, ooh, I really gotta pee. That's normal now. So I had to run to the bathroom and go pee. And I came back and the pot was starting to get hot. And I was like, okay, I'm impatient, so I'm just gonna put the noodles in now, add a little olive oil, whatever. Problem was, I had a giant container of olive oil, and I have absolutely no idea how much I added to that water. I think it came out really fast. Oh well, whatever. But I was like, it's fine, it'll be fine, we're good. And so my noodles start cooking, and I'm watching Ratatouille in the living room because it just got Disney Plus. It's awesome. And the dogs are chilling on the couch, and everything's fine. And I go back into the kitchen to move the noodles around. I'm like, these are taking forever, but maybe that's just because I'm starving. And then I hear the water boil over, like, that's a terrible boil over sound, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about, when the water just goes like, shh, everywhere. I was like, oh, what a mess. And then I hear, boom! And I'm like, okay. That was not the sound of noodles or water. That sounded like fire. That's really weird. But I'm standing there and I'm like, I don't smell fire, but I know I just heard fire. So I grabbed my fire extinguisher really fast. It's under the kitchen sink. It was awesome. And I have it pointed at the stove. And then I can hear like some more flames crackling sound. And I'm like, yeah, it's on fire. And it's not going out. This is bad. This is really bad. Never caught the stove on fire before. Didn't really know what to do besides get my fire extinguisher. So I've got it. I got it pointed. And then I kind of realized I don't know how to use the fire extinguisher. And I'm like thumbing around like the top and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I think this is a button. I'm pretty sure this is a button. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And then I realized that if I spray the pot with the noodles in it, I won't get to eat the noodles. And I'm really hungry. Like, I want the linguine. And it's not like it's the linguine that's on fire. It's the burner that's on fire. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's not as bad as I think. Maybe I can still eat this linguine. And I start to inch a little closer, like feeling the heat source with my hand and be like, okay, it feels pretty contained to that one front right burner. Maybe if I just turn off the burner, it'll go away. So I just inch around, like feeling the heat source to make sure I don't get too close. I know pretty much what the size is. I can hear it doesn't sound like it's gotten to, it definitely doesn't feel like it's made it to the cabinets yet. It really feels like it's just on that one burner. Sounds pretty contained. Definitely not going away though. It's still pretty darn hot, like it's a fire. But I'm able to inch around and it's contained enough that I can flip the back burner off, like the little dial thingy, without getting burned. That was probably a really dumb idea, but that's what I did anyway. So I was hungry and that makes me crazy sometimes. So problem is, still doesn't go out. I still pretty sure I feel a significant heat source, more than just a boiling pot of pasta, and still kind of hear something going on, kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe the sound, but I was like, that doesn't sound like boiling pasta. That sounds like fire. So I was like, okay, well, what do I do? What is my next plan? Because I still want to eat this linguine. So I'm just like, I feel like this might be some kind of grease fire thing. That's my best guess. Like, maybe I spilled the olive oil on the burner and didn't realize it. Like, me, because I don't think that the water caught on fire. And the noodles are all in the water, so it's not that. And the pot itself didn't catch on fire. So I'm like, I had to have somehow got olive oil on that burner. And that's what's on fire. Like, I can't think of anything else. So I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? What do I do with like a grease fire? And I remembered this terrifying, horrible video my parents made me watch when I was a kid about grease fires and how if you just dump water on them, they will explode and eat your face. Yeah, so didn't want to do that. So I was like, okay, wait, what did they tell me to do in that video? Oh, they told me to go get a towel, dampen it, wring it out, drape it over the fire to smother it. I was like, okay. So I go to my towel drawer, and it's completely empty because I haven't done my laundry because I was sick and tired and lazy. So I'm like, okay, crap, what do I have? I'm checking the counters, feeling around, like maybe there's a towel here. No, there wasn't. It's still on fire, the stove, and I'm like, I need to get faster fixing this. So then I find my water bottle. I'm like, well, I could dump that on that. I'm like, no, that's a really bad idea. So I just kind of feel the heat source again to check it. I'm like, okay, it's definitely still on that one burner. It hasn't made it to the cabinets. I still don't smell anything, but is that because like my nose is all stopped up? Or is it because maybe there's no fire? Like maybe I'm delusional and I've just imagined this fire in my upper respiratory infection craze and there's not even a fire and it's just a hot pot that's making me linguine and I'm being crazy. And I don't know because Austin's not home, he's at the store. So I can't ask. Ooh, I guess I could have used my app Be My Eyes. But that probably would have really scared the other person. Like, is my house on fire? Yes, your house is on fire. Yes, it is. Call 911. So I just decide I'm going to check the heat source again. And it feels like it's gotten smaller. It really does. It feels like it's about half the size as it was before. And I'm like, okay, I think it's going out. I don't think it's going to spread to the cabinets. I think we're good. So I just kind of inch closer and I can feel it shrinking. The heat source just kind of like, because it'll feel like if you hold your hand here like it's hot, but then next thing you know, you can hold your hand here before it gets hot. So that's how you know that the heat source is getting smaller and smaller when you can't see it. And so I'm just standing there, keeping an eye on it. And I just grab a pot holder and start lofting it, hoping it'll blow it out. Which doesn't make any sense, but that's what I did. Because I really wanted the linguine. And I can't eat the linguine if I've covered it with fire extinguisher foam. And then I'd have to clean up that mess. And I really don't want to clean up that mess. I was like, no, I'm tired. I just want to be fed. That's it. I'm not cleaning today. Ugh. So it finally seems like it goes out and I move the pot off the burner with my pot holder and then I think it's good. I don't hear anything else. The heat source is gone besides the fact that the burner is still warm or hot. I didn't touch it. I'm not that crazy anymore. And it just calms down. And then I'm standing there thinking, and Ratatouille is playing in the background, which is kind of ironic if you think about it. And the dogs haven't done anything. They haven't even moved from their spot. I can't smell any smoke. My smoke alarms haven't gone off. And I'm like, maybe I'm insane. Maybe. So I call Austin. He's checking out the grocery store. And I'm like, okay, everything's fine now. But I think I almost caught the house on fire. But I'm not sure. So he rushes home because I make him a little nervous. And he comes in the house. And the first thing he says is like, yeah, the kitchen is filled with smoke. There was a fire. You caught something on fire. And I'm like, oh, well, that makes me feel better, not better, because A, I'm not crazy. B, why didn't my smoke alarms not go off? Like, I have a full-blown fire in my kitchen and my smoke alarms don't go off? That's ridiculous and terrifying. Like, what if it had caught fire when I went pee earlier? Like, I just wouldn't have even noticed, because the only reason I knew it was on fire is because I heard it go boom. So if I'd just been in the bathroom, like, taking my time, pregnancy self, and then came out to the living room, watched some Ratatouille, snuggled with my dogs, my kitchen would have been burning down because my smoke alarms didn't go off, and I can't smell anything because my nose is stopped up with mucus. So, and then I was telling him, I was like, well, I think it was fine though, because like I did hear it, and I knew where the fire extinguisher was, and see, I was like, pull it out, I was showing him the fire extinguisher, I was like, I was totally ready, I was poised, I was like, ready to go. And then he points out that the button that I found on the fire extinguisher was not actually a button at all. It was not in any way how you operate the fire extinguisher. So I was standing in front of this fire, holding a fire extinguisher I clearly did not know how to use, which makes me think that I should prepare for these situations more. Because if it had moved to the cabinets, I was just gonna try hitting a non-operational button to stop it. And oh my goodness, Austin was like, he gave me a hug. He's like, oh, I was kind of worried. And I was like, well, I mean, it's not like if it moved to the cabinets, I was gonna stay in the house. Like, I was gonna be fine. I don't even think I would have got the dogs. I just would have walked out the front door. Like, if my kitchen was on fire, I would have just been like, no, not today, not today. And I just would have left. I would have been like, I hope the dogs follow me because I'm just leaving. I'm done. But at least now, the moral of the story that I have hopefully learned is that you should always have practiced operating your fire extinguisher so you actually know what is a button and what is not. Also, if you're cooking in the kitchen and you feel safe enough to leave and go pee or hang out in the living room watching Ratatouille, you should have operational smoke alarms so you can be warned. And I am now getting a new smoke alarm. So that is a story of how to probably not deal with a fire in your kitchen. But that is what I did, and everything was fine, and it was great. So no damages, and I'm totally alive. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment if this has ever happened to you, and make sure to like the video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.